Hey everybody, I'm Dina Proctor, creator of 3 by 3 Meditation and author of Madly Chasing Peace. I want to talk today about what to do when you feel stuck in a negative thought cycle and it feels like nothing will break. You can't change the way that you're thinking, and so none of your world is changing. You just keep thinking the same negative thoughts over and over again, and you're trying and you want to have a breakthrough with it, but everything just feels yucky and stuck, like just nothing is moving with it. So I want to give you a couple of just reminders about how it all works, and also a little kind of a tip that really works well for me when I feel like that. So first of all, to remind you about how it all works, many people misunderstand and believe that if they want to have a change in a certain life area, like, they want to have more money, or they want better relationships, or they want a better job, whatever it is in your life that you want, that you want to improve, that you have to start thinking positively about that topic. And that is really not necessarily true. The content of your thought is way less important than the way that you're feeling. So if you meditate and you feel neutral to positive, that's actually doing a lot more good for you than if you were trying really hard to make a negative thought turn into a positive thought. It's like that effort and that work that we think that we have to do to manage how we're feeling. It usually backfires on us because we get into a thought cycle where nothing's changing, and we know it's because we're thinking negatively, and then we get mad at ourselves because we're thinking negatively, and that adds more negativity on top of the negativity. So it just becomes this whole mess that you can't get out of. So if you can use these little bursts of meditation and get to a place where you just feel neutral, just feel kind of a relief from everything that's been bothering you, that will help you to be able to cultivate a better kind of inner landscape. And once that feels kind of solidified in there and you feel a little bit better about everything that's going on in your life, you'll start to notice, because you feel less resistance and less judgment and self-judgment when things are not going the way that you want them to go yet, but you don't feel as triggered when that happens. You can tell that your emotional kind of landscape is beginning to change and shift. And once that starts to happen and that becomes sort of your new normal, that's when the external starts to shift as well. So it's really not about trying to think positively when all I can think is negative. It's remembering that it doesn't matter what I'm thinking about, it matters how I feel. So if you can kind of switch that in your mind, I don't have to think positively about this topic that's driving me crazy. I just need to feel a little bit better. And putting myself in a place of neutral, which is what meditation does for me, can really be helpful with that. I also did a video recently about prayer and meditation, and I was kind of talking about it sort of bridges a little bit from, if you feel like you're not finding that place inside of yourself where you feel a little bit of relief, or even feel that place of neutral, you can use what, I call it prayer, but you could call it asking, you could call it being in the place of, kind of putting a request forward. That sort of idea is to say, like, universe, God, whatever, inner being, whatever it is to you, and just sort of being an asking place of, like, I just can't see it. I can't see it right now, but I know that there is something that I can't see. I know that there's something here for me. I know that there is a better way to manage this or think about this. Help me to be able to see that. Help me to be able to see that. And so that kind of shifts the pressure off of yourself and gives you a place of relief, because you're not putting pressure on yourself to be able to find this answer and figure the whole thing out. It gives you a place of relief and opens up a space inside of yourself for you to be able to kind of intuit or recognize the answer rather than working to try and figure it out. It really works so well if you just are in this place of neutral that feels kind of like, I don't see it right now, but I know that it's out there, and I'll know it when I know it. Like, I'll recognize it when I see it. That sort of kind of, I guess, stance emotionally in that emotional place. So I've used prayer or that asking to get to the place of, listen, I'm just stuck. I just feel stuck and nothing's moving. Like, help me, help me, help show me. And then letting it go and just knowing that the solutions are being shown to me and I will see them when I'm in that right vicinity to be able to see them. And so it just puts a little bit of relaxation around the whole thing. So that's like a little tip that could help you and work for you too. But the most important thing to remember is that the way you feel is always a million times more powerful than what the content of your thought is. So stick with that. If you can remember that and kind of remember that as a rule as you go through your life, that has served me tremendously well and been, kind of an underlying component again and again for when, how I kind of lead my life. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful for you. And as always, take what you like and gently leave the rest behind and stay around this space. I'll have more again for you soon.